Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. I'm Santi, that's Sancho. How you been, man?
Doing good, dude. I looked down my memory lane of videos from me in the past 11 years, 12 years. I've been at this game for a long time, man. Feeling nostalgic, you know?
When you look at your younger self from that time ago, you know, does it make you feel like sad or happy?
I don't know. I mean, because it's like
it's a weird feeling, right?
It's a whole other. It's literally a decade ago. Yeah. A lot has changed for me. You know, that was me before children, me before wrestling podcasting. What's more valuable, children or wrestling podcasting?
Oh, wrestling podcasting. That's why people have decided to pledge to this Patreon instead of having kids. Right. Yeah, shout out to the folks that can balance both kids and our Patreon, you know. But if you ever have to choose between one, you know which one to go with. The Patreon.
Shout.
Yeah, right here, baby. But folks, welcome to the Wrestling is Cool podcast. I do want to give a quick reminder that we did upload a bonus episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, 45 minutes or so of us predicting Clash in Italy. So we won't be doing that here. I know this will be the go home episode to Clash in Italy, but there's a separate video, separate podcast for that. We'll be talking about everything else in the lead up to Clash in Italy.
I thought you were going to go like, hey, leave Arbok alone.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Arbok in the Patreon comments, people are turning on him. You guys realize that he is an Arbok. So all he can say is Arbok. People are getting mad that he says Arbok. It's his name. It's his Pokemon name. That's what he does. That's what he is. Leave him alone.
I think people don't understand, dude. When you're pledging $5, you don't just get the match clubs. You don't get the Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews. You don't get Rumble and review. You don't get all that stuff. You don't get match club. You get a community. A die-hard wrestling fans that are silly as mess. You know what I'm saying?
There's whole ass rivalry starting in the comments section of Patreon. So go check it out. 5 Smackers gets you access to all of the content, the community as well. If you do want to go above and beyond, you can pledge the $15 to get access to movie night and be a producer with your name read out at the end of the credits, regardless of what tier you're in. Thank you so very much for supporting us on patreon.com/SantiZap. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do as often as we do it. And like, you know, I feel like we don't often sit down and thank our patrons, but like with WWE kind of being as slow as it is, we gotta slow down, look around, smell the roses, because even though the product is not at its best, it's certainly not at its most popular, the Patreon community continues to stand strong. So thank you very much for standing with us, even if WWE isn't at its heights. So thank you for that. Thank you.
We're still active in the glaze factory. We're still pumping and glazing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think you guys are pumping out some hopeful glaze over there. I don't really think that you guys have the real true product that you guys had in 2024. I think it's just hopeful glaze that you're pitching me.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. Name another wrestler that stands tall against the bloodline?
Listen,
I'll wait.
I think it's.
I'll wait.
I think this whole saga with him and the bloodline and the Usos is silly. I did not like that promo. I did not like the conversation. I don't like the story of where it's going. It literally makes no sense. Sancho, why does he hate Roman so much but doesn't hate the Usos when he's all buddies with Jimmy, when Jimmy's the one that literally pulled him out of the ring when he was about to win the WWE championship? LA Knight's motivations make no sense at all whatsoever, and he ain't gonna stand tall, brother. He's gonna get absolutely teabagged whenever it actually does come to blows with the bloodline. You know it's gonna happen.
Is it Roman teabagging?
Are you holding a BR or is that a banjo?
Oh, it could be both. You never know with Call of Duty these days, dude. They're getting more and more into Fortnite type of levels.
It's so silly, man. It's
crazy.
I can't play COD anymore. Funny enough, I can play COD, but like I have to cap it at like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3. I'll go back to my older consoles and play, you know, a couple of rounds of COD 4 here or there, and it's still just magical. It's still a beautiful game, but nowadays it is just ugh.
Were you even a good gamer? Like,
Could
you go? Could you drop a nuke?
Oh yeah, dude, I played competitive up until Modern Warfare 3. I played like competitive, like game battles on a good team. I swear to God. I swear to God, I played I was obsessed with Call of Duty. Not just like, oh, I can get to 10th prestige. I was like 1-on-1 game battles, 2-on-2s, the 6-on-6. I love game battles. Good stuff, man. Good times. Back when like you would have to record with like a crappy little hand camera. You had to record the whole game because people would lie and say that they won when they didn't. And then you had the footage. All here it is in 480p, baby. I did beat you.
480i. Remember the interlaced one?
Yeah. Do you remember your first capture card? What did you have?
I was an Elgato, the first one. I didn't have the D-Link. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, my first capture. That's even before mine. Mine was a Hauppauge HD PVR.
Hauppauge.
Yeah, man, that was my first one.
I wish when I would started that I wish that I focused on video game content at the very beginning.
Oh, you didn't? What did you do at first?
When they first started going with YouTube, I bought like an Onkyo surround sound when I should have invested in capture equipment. Because by the time when the first Elgato came out, like everything was already going. Like it was just after Justin TV. It was like the introduction of Twitch. Yeah. So I started in 2017.
Yeah, I guess I was quite a bit earlier than you because I was Hauppauge HD PVR, then an Aver Media capture card, and then an Elgato.
Yep. Yeah. And it's funny because I used to work at Circuit City and all that was in front of me. And I didn't understand, dude. I didn't understand that people would want to watch people playing video games because it's interesting because that's always be like, oh, you sit around watching other people play video games and you can play it. Yeah, it's the same thing.
I saw a comment today because I've been posting, a fan of mine has been posting reactions on Instagram. Totally not me or associated with me, guys. Absolutely not. But one of the comments just like really, like it really hit home. Somebody said that like I missed watching with my buddy. Like that's what the like watching.
You're the buddy.
Yeah, I'm the buddy in that situation. And I was like, dude, because like like people can watch the show on their own, right? Like no one is saying that they can't, that they need me or they need comment or you to watch the show, but I do think it's more entertaining to watch it with other people in the room, whether it's virtually or not, or whether you know them or not. It's just, it is a more entertaining outlet, if you ask me. And, people will say like, well, you reactors, you guys don't react naturally. And it's like, I guess like fair enough. If I was by myself, I wouldn't make noise, but I'm not by myself. I'm with like 5,000 people. That's exactly how I would react to things at a bar. Like people were clipping me at the Raptors game when I went there for my birthday as a little self-birthday gift, and I saw the buzzer beater. I was going bananas. So what, like, should my reaction just be stoic? Like, that was excellent. Indubitably, yes. No, man, I get hyped. I get excited when I'm around other people that are in love with the same thing that I am, and when something cool happens in that thing that I love, I get, excited. And even though I'm in my room by myself, I'm not, because I am with so many people. And I do think that that's the selling point of watching a reactor or a streamer or whatever. I don't think it's just I watch the show through Santi, etc. Maybe there are some people like that, but I do think that there is a chase for community, a chase for camaraderie when people look for that type of content.
That's interesting because that would be like a great point if you were to make it to the WWE council. It's like you do understand that you're taking this away. And I do think that ever since the reaction content stopped flowing naturally in terms of the way it was before, things have changed in the way I view the WWE. In a sense, like when I saw all the reactions to AEW, I go, oh, I missed a banger show. Or, oh, I'm able to keep up with AEW. I need to check this out. I do think that Trojan horse of getting you introduced, like weaving you back into storylines or getting you back into the throw of things when it comes to pro wrestling, the WWE cutting that off pretty aggressively, it kind of changed the ecosystem of WWE content. And I do think if you see the reaction of a lot of people are like, man, they're lost. There's nowhere to go. And I think when you see AEW content being up on all the feeds and socials, I think that's going to lead to more people switching over to not like cutting it off completely, but at least tuning into AEW more because reaction content is still there for AEW, at least at this moment.
Yeah. I mean, I don't trust them. Still,
Yeah, I know.
I've been taken out back and shot in the back of the head by AEW, so
True.
I don't have that the comfort level of posting AEW content.
Well, what did you say that Double or Nothing you were able to at least like keep a tab in? Like, damn, that happened at AEW Double or
I
Nothing
haven't
with the
seen
reaction content.
anything. I'm
Really?
just coming back from a bachelor party this week, and I haven't seen anything at all whatsoever. I've been pretty disconnected in general from my computer and the internet. So I know I've missed a great show from what people have told me. So I do need to go back and watch that. But yeah, like I guess our feeds are different. I haven't seen anything of Double or Nothing on my feed. I haven't seen reactors or anything.
Yet you took the time out of your busy bachelor party to check out Saturday night's main
Yeah.
event. You look at you. You had to feed your machine that you created. You are a servant of the
Hmm.
YouTube machine
The
that you
golden
created, my friend.
handcuffs. The golden handcuffs. I have no
Yes, you look
choice,
at
dude.
you.
That was so funny. Just like having to like, the party is going on. People are drinking, playing drinking games and stuff. And like on the side, I've got my phone with Saturday night's main event on mute, by the way, because I couldn't I'm not gonna play with audio. I wouldn't have been able to hear the audio anyway. But yeah, I would like just periodically peek down, take a look, all right, make some mental notes on stuff that I saw so that I could spew out a review on a fairly timely basis. But yeah, it was interesting because some people like at the party like noticed that I was watching wrestling, and it did create this interesting conversation of people that are like, oh, I used to watch wrestling. Like, is Rey Mysterio still around? It's like, yeah, like Rey Mysterio is still around. And then somebody would hear, oh, like I used to love Shawn Michaels. I used to like me and my brothers would like sweet chin music each other. So it's just funny like how that all of a sudden got these like childhood memories out of people, and like and it created like a conversation of like not to make it sound like what's your relationship with Jesus Christ, but it kind of like brought out people's relationship with wrestling and what they had when they stopped watching, why they stopped watching. But yeah, like man, like wrestling it can be a unifying type of medium with how long it's been around.
Well, how do you feel as the top reactor, not and allegedly not having another outlet?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's changed in your perspective and how people, what's the word we're looking for, interact with the WWE product? Like I said, I feel like it's changed, but I want to know how on your end, on the top end.
Yeah, I do think that it's changed. Not so much for me, I don't think, because the reaction content was always just like a extra bonus thing. I know that there are
Mhm.
content creators where they made reactions like, if not their whole content, like 90% of their content. And
Mm.
luckily, I've done away with that where like I don't even think it's like 10% of the business that I run. The YouTube channel, there's not an ounce of reaction content on there. For people to say Santi is just a reactor, you're just wrong. You clearly just don't know or watch or follow the social medias that I do. That was always a supplement as a way to market to my more creative conversations and endeavors. So I don't think it's really changed much for me, but I do think it's changed in terms of helping me understand and having my finger on the pulse. Because you would be able to post a reaction, check the comments, and kind of see the general reaction of what people were thinking about that. And if you think about it, that's a really, really valuable first hand what is the word that I'm looking for, research study material for WWE, to just go into the comments of these reaction videos and see what the general public thinks, as opposed to going to Twitter where it's just always negative. I do think that you do get a better idea of what people are feeling about the product through these videos. That's gone. So a lot of the time when I used to go into the comment section to see like what's the general thought, and sometimes knowing what the general thought would be could influence my opinion. Like, what am I not understanding? Let me maybe try to understand this a little bit better. But why do people love this and I don't? When I make my videos, I don't have that. It is all 100% Santi's immediate thoughts and information. And so that, in that case, I do think that it's changed the way that I perceive the product for sure.
It's interesting. I wonder because WWE could have not look at it and say like, oh, okay, this is doing well. I always see pro wrestlers liking stuff, liking
Sure.
reactions. I'm sure if I was a pro wrestler, as soon as I got off TV, I would see what was the reaction of people, like in my what am I intending getting across? You know what I mean? My intentions is the thing that I wanted to get across. People are picking up on the storyline I'm trying to tell. Is this little detail that I did, did that get picked up by said reactor, or did the community's comments pick that up? I feel like that's a very valuable asset gone, because you have to understand, like, when the moment of Penta versus Javon happened, I'm like, damn, that's a very valuable reaction gone. The moment where Brock Lesnar attacked Obafemi, that's a very valuable reaction gone, in a sense of that. How can you not have that in your bank for the WWE to go, like, look at all these reactions that people could react to, look at all these comments, it is working. Our shock value has worked, because now they could only rely on their socials. They can only rely on their social network on X and things of that sort. And maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they were like, we need to put everything back in-house, because it's interesting, because let's just put this in a perspective, in another scenario. If you're like a Karrion Kross type of wrestler and you go, I'm getting X amount of views from these reactors, the people love me, they need to put me out more. What I'm doing is working, and it's you guys are not seeing that, and I'm being held down. So my worth is worth more. And then the WWE goes, no, your worth is not worth more. Here are the metrics proving that. This is not why we're going to pay you. But then if you're a Karrion Kross, you're like, oh, look, man, my views are really high on YouTube. All my reaction segments are getting millions and millions of views everywhere else. So maybe that created a scenario that the WWE couldn't control the narrative all the way.
It's possible. Yeah. We'll never know. That's the thing. We'll probably never know.
I think I do know, because you have the ability, you, Santi, you have the ability to get dumb stuff over.
I can get dumb stuff over. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know how it ever influenced the product. I do know that the WWE knows you exist, because they took signs away from you that had your name on it sometimes. They would, tell people to put down that sign. And at the same time, you're out there influencing Jelly Roll's matches. Like... Right?
I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
You think Triple H wants to hear your name and go like, look, Jelly, you can't go off the top rope. He's like, come on, man. I want to get Santi oiled up, but the fans will love it.
Was that AJ Styles? Was that your same AJ Styles?
No. See, Jelly Roll's more up here. AJ's like, hey, he's more down here, Hey, Logan, you ever been to Japan?
You ever been to Japan? Oh, man.
Good times. Good brain rot.
I mean, you mentioned Penta and Javon Evans. Dude, what a match. What a match. And again, I haven't seen Double or Nothing yet. I was busy all weekend, but I promise I will eventually catch up with it. Do you feel like that match being the first opening match of Monday Night Raw off the back of the high critical praise that Double or Nothing got, do you feel like that was on purpose? It does feel like maybe to a degree AEW might be influencing the WWE product lately, because Raw has been really good. SmackDown, not so much in my opinion, but Raw has been solid. And maybe it is a complete coincidence that Penta versus Javon put one of the matches of the year for WWE standards immediately following Double or Nothing. What do you think about that?
A lot of people are saying it was a very AEW light type of performance between Penta and Javon.
I mean, the finishing 2-minute sequence of crazy no-selling moves is very AEW coded.
But the only thing that's different is once the finisher hits, it's over.
That's true. Yes.
That's the only difference. Because if it was AEW truly coded, it'd be Javon would kick out of that Mexican Destroyer. And we'd be going again, right? Another round of finishes and false finishes and things like that on a standard Monday night. I do have that tinfoil. It's not a tinfoil theory. It's not like a fully fleshed out conspiracy. I do think WWE the superstars on the roster are pro wrestling fans themselves, and no doubt watch Double or Nothing go like, damn, we need to step it up too. And I think it was more of an individual type of want to do better. I think Penta and Javon were like, let's put on the best show to let everybody know that we can wrestle as well, and that WWE does have the best wrestlers in the world too, because that's the WWE, that's the AEW moniker. This is the place where the world's best pro wrestlers wrestle. And I think if you look at it and you're like, well, Penta could totally put on those bangers and matches. He does it in every promotion that we watch. And I think that was the most impressive match of the year. And I put that as well. Match of the year for Raw. contender, and people immediately go, well, there was not enough selling for them to solidify that for the WWE standard. But I would say, like, not only just that match, across the board, like, all the in-ring has gotten better. And as if to say, like, maybe the WWE let the wrestlers kind of control their matches a little bit. And at the same time, I think with the around the corner introduction of reintroducing house shows got a lot of the wrestlers excited too, because now they could work on their craft a little bit better in front of a live audience. Because that was one of the things that I feel that Sol Ruca moment with the referee bump and all that's hard to flesh out even in practice. In front of a live crowd, you get one shot at it. I think if they would have had more opportunities to do that in house shows, I think they would have able to execute that perfectly when it mattered the most on live television. But I agree with you. And I don't know if anyone thinks it's a tribalistic thing to say that WWE stepped up. I think that's good when you have another company nipping at the heels of the other to get better, because when WWE is going to get better, AEW is going to get better. When AEW is going to get better, WWE is going to get better, right? It's a great relationship, because I think AEW has definitely stepped up in the past year. I feel like AEW has gotten better. And if they continue with their social impact, with letting reactors do this thing, and if they could just find a way to deliver their product without that $60, $70 paywall, I think, man, it's hard to say no to them if you're a WWE hardcore fan, right?
What do you think the average WWE hardcore fan that isn't, rotted by being a tribalistic loser on Twitter, the average, big WWE fan, how can AEW win them over? Not necessarily even demanding that they cut the cord with WWE, but just, hey, start tuning into this show as well. Add this to your repertoire. Add this to the things that you watch on a weekly basis. Or maybe just continue to do what they're doing, because it does feel like they're gaining a lot of great will. A lot of people are talking very positively about AEW. The press in general has just been good. The vibes have been good. Is it just continue to do their thing and eventually just kind of through power of attrition win the hardcore WWE fan over, where it comes to the point where like they are so undeniable where you have to at least give them a chance? Or do you feel like they are missing something within their product that is preventing the more traditional casual WWE fan from tuning in?
What's interesting, because if you look at WCW in its day, it was that war of attrition. They always had the bankroll to kind of keep going. And the only time it changed is when they got some WWE big names over there that were finally to turn the tide. When the outsiders showed up in WCW, it finally gave a new life. Yeah, there were moments where Hogan would go over Macho Man, sure, but things didn't change until they reformed the NWO, and then NWO finally got everybody to switch over, and then the Attitude Era and the Monday Night War. So all that is a story that was told so many times. But when you look at AEW, it did turn, right? When CM Punk popped up in AEW, everybody was like, damn.
That turned eyes for sure.
That turned a lot of eyes. And then when Bryan Danielson started showing up too, that like turned a lot of eyes too. And I'm not saying that it needs a WWE name. I think what it is if they continue with the product that they're doing, Double or Nothing was a great, huge leap forward. Like, it was one of those things like, boom, it went all the way up. There was things where the New York Commission didn't allow that much blood, and a lot of people liked a little bit of that, and that kind of took it a little bit, like, a more digestible for the WWE fan. Some of them are squeamish, ooh, too much blood. But I do feel that maybe a WWE name, maybe a big storyline that could carry people over. New Day, no doubt, would bring people over. I think a lot of people are waiting for that. And I think with having Edge and Christian, or Adam Cope and Christian win, that's going to be a good launch point for a New Day. If they were going to come on in and feud with them, that'd be awesome. But I still feel that AEW, it's more about platforming. It's like HBO Max, you got to get that right. That's pretty tough.
You just took the words right out of my mouth, because for me it was going to be platform. Like, you gotta get something big. You gotta get something accessible that in the United States, worldwide, because I think they're almost there. Like, just become accessible and cheaper. You mentioned that there as well, especially with their pay-per-views. Their pay-per-view model can be very confusing at times, like pricing here versus pricing there, like YouTube TV versus, Fight TV, whatever it might be. It can be a little bit confusing. Like if they can just, I guess, create a far more cohesive messaging in terms of their access and where to find them and how to watch them. Like I think of like certain countries, right? Like I think about Saudi Arabia, how flat the Royce Keys debut was. And the general consensus was that, like, yeah, we don't know who that is because AEW is not available there. So obviously, like, that's just an accessibility issue in general. Because one of the things that WWE has just down to a T is accessibility. As piecemeal as it can be, it's really accessible.
Well, that's one of the things WWE, I think, realized that it can't compete. Like WWE's bankroll is not as deep. It can be if they really wanted to, but TKO wants to keep them lean, right? Yeah. You saw this with the pay cuts. And I think when WWE realized that it can't compete with AEW with salaries, that Tony Khan does have the ability to keep pushing the wrestlers' purses up higher and higher and higher, that maybe what we can do is just box them out distribution wise. And that's what they did so well. And now, like, you would really think AEW, oh, we could just go to Netflix. Boom, we got Netflix, box them out, right? Oh, maybe we'll go to Paramount or something. Boom, UFC, TKO, right? Box them out. There's so many, all those avenues that were available slowly got waned out. And the only one was left was HBO Max, and even that one could come under fire because that could be bought out by a bigger entity. So I think that WWE is doing a lot of things behind the scenes to try to outmaneuver AEW, but when it comes down to in-ring, I think AEW has a strong foothold into making its case. And I think the biggest thing is that if AEW could keep utilizing the social impact again, go back to that conversation, because it was you, Zanti, you got me back into wrestling. Mm-hmm. I've said this so many times. It's your reactions. I go, oh my God, this is happening over here. I could digest it. I could keep up with it. And then I could slowly start watching it again. And now here I am. I'm back in it, baby. I'm like in the 10 feet pool swimming around. AEW could do that too, right? AEW could slowly use the social in foothold and start getting reaction clips and getting people going. You go to Monday night, no reaction clips. Oh man, Wednesday night, there's some reaction clips. What's this happening? This happens on Wednesdays. Okay, watch party, boom, 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 and things cascade over. I think more importantly is you gotta be able to be technologically advanced. And I feel when the WWE cut everything off, it felt like it was a backward step. And you have to just remove the reactor in me aside. I like not doing reactions because it just makes my watch parties easier. I don't have to edit. I don't have to post. I don't have to do all that stuff immediately. There's not a rush to it. Now as doing the watch party, I could focus on being more interactive with the watch party and just, take a seat back. But when it comes to all that, I think AEW could push that forward, man. What if they went to YouTube? Did you hear the rumors that they might go to YouTube if they can't find, like, if things get pushed out enough, they'll just go back to their YouTube channel?
That'd be sick. That's accessibility right there. That is
it's worked
accessibility.
With AAA.
Dude, that's the magic of AAA. It's the accessibility and how easy it is to watch. If it was not as easily accessible as YouTube, I don't think that the product would be anywhere near as popular and reaching the heights that it's currently reaching. Like, dude, I think it's off the back of being accessible on YouTube that this El Grande Americano storyline has gotten as over as it has with American audiences, not just with the Mexican crowd that watches this on Fox Deportes down there, right? That's Fox Sports for those that don't know. That's where it airs in Mexico. But North America and around the world, you can tune in with a very low barrier of entry, with a very low investment because, like, you're the only investment that they're asking of you is time, because it's right there on YouTube. It's going to appear on your feed. Obviously, in terms of optics and in terms of money, being exclusively distributed on YouTube is probably not great. But in terms of your overall access and brand, it might do wonders. It genuinely might.
It's interesting because for me, the only way to watch AAA in the past was I had to VPN and watch HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
because that would be the only channel that had it. And even then, wasn't as accessible due to like language barriers. I know Ray's not doing his best. He's doing his best, God bless him. But it still keeps me involved in the product, right? Being able to understand, keep up fluently what's happening. So it's interesting, like you said, the optics of YouTube, but it's people make a living off of it. But can you run a corporation off of
That's
YouTube
tough.
revenue and sponsorships? I mean, that's tough.
That's tough. That's really tough.
Considering that you have wrestlers that are very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Very expensive.
And we know how YouTube is in terms of like, that was a little too violent, demonetize.
They could shut off the valve. That's what the adpocalypse killed YouTube for like a long time for everybody, thanks to PewDiePie, right? The adpocalypse was a huge, huge thing that kind of ruined everybody's pockets. You had what, $12 RPMs go down to like
Cents.
4, 3, and then it's kind of insane, dude, how it went down so fast. But when it comes down to WWE fans and AEW, I don't know. I think the first time people started to defunct and get away from it was Vince McMahon, right? That was a big exodus the first time around. And that led to AEW going from just an indie show in terms of premium indie show to, what was it called, that first one?
Was it All Elite? All Out.
All Out, right?
Yeah, All In. All In. The ROH show was All In, yeah.
Right. All In went from that into somebody who said that, was it Dave Meltzer that says like these guys can never put a show together?
Yeah, that's what that became. All In is that show.
And they said, watch me.
Trouble. Okay.
And they did.
So we're exclusively talking about the AEW side of things. Here's the other side of the coin.
Everybody left the pod, but yeah, sure.
What is something that WWE can do that forces people to change the channel? Because you mentioned the first Exodus, Vince McMahon, with how bad the storylines and the bookings were, and it was so bad that it created the primordial soup for AEW to become a thing, to be successful, to work. Can it get so bad that it could create a second Exodus of talent or of viewers?
I think we got a taste of it. The pay cuts, losing New Day,
Bad Mania,
Admania, adding all that stuff. The good thing that's working for WWE, it created an ecosystem that we could easily find it accessible. But it has to be to the point that we don't even want to watch it. Already, Netflix internationally is getting more ads. I was on the UK VPN.
Yeah, they found them. They found the Brits.
And I was getting ads, and I switched to a different location. So it is interesting. I think the WWE, TKO's greed could push people out. I think people could get fed up with it. I think what's holding people into the WWE is like remember Apple products, okay? Let me tell you a tale. I was a Apple iPhone adopter day one. I had the first one.
Wow.
Yeah, first one. And then what the people don't know what Apple does is that it creates you a comfort in its ecosystem. You got iTunes, great, Apple, all these things, your Mac, everything works, all your shuffle, like all these things created an ecosystem that you were comfortable in. Your data lived here, your content lived here, everything, your email, all was tied to Apple. And then when the Android came along, people started to go, ooh, I want to try this out. It was a thing that had more features and more flexibility. It was okay with you, different Gmail, all this kind of stuff. It allowed you to have that freedom that you were hoping to get and not tie you to an ecosystem. It gave you that through a different platform. And then what did Apple do? Ooh, it made it the green bubble. Like, oh, look at you. You're less than us. You're lower than us because you don't have an iPhone. You don't belong even in society type, right? And people started getting ostracized for having the green bubble.
I made fun of you for having a green bubble.
Yeah, it's true. It's like a lot of people, even like when you meet up with another content creator, it's like, do you have an Android? But I think that's the thing. Apple was able to create that ecosystem that created a kind of environment that if you're not part of it, you're and I think that's the WWE right now. The WWE has created this ecosystem there, everything is fine. The reason why I left Apple because I was able to wake up and be like, I'm getting screwed over here, right? I'm getting nickel and dime for buying all these Apple things and getting these features that why I don't have like over there they have all the features, but you're telling me like this is a brand new feature when this platform has had it for a year or two. And I think that's the thing that slowly but surely people will switch over when they realize what they've been wanting from WWE. I want this feature. I want this kind of wrestling. I want this kind of whatever already exists over there. They just have to check it out.
That's an interesting comparison. I do think that kind of lands here in this situation. Yeah, man, I think it's going to be an interesting next set of like the rest of the 2020s. Like, can AEW keep this pace up to, and will WWE, like, what are they going to do in order to try and match it? Or are they just so dead set in their ways? Like, and it's not even just a pro wrestling thing. Like, you look at what's going on with the UFC and now MVP Productions getting themselves a Netflix deal, huge viewership
Jake
with
Paul?
Yeah, that's the Jake Paul. The huge deal with their fights with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, the recent Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano fight. Before that, Taylor and oh my goodness, what's the name?
Nick Diaz?
Serrano and Taylor. Like that was a huge women's boxing main event. And this most recent one, of course, like it's forcing, or it's right now we're at the point where like UFC and WWE are creating enough of a bad will with people that it's with the actual talent themselves have gone out and found alternatives. It started already with WWE and AEW, but now we're seeing it here with Jake Paul and Ronda Rousey. Francis Ngannou was on this recent card. And I think that's kind of like the starting point, right? When the talent is so upset that they want to go start something new, an alternative, a different ecosystem. And it'll be interesting if like MVP can find the audience that AEW has been able to find, and maybe we start seeing panic across all of TKO, across WWE and UFC, because now they're getting invaded on both fronts.
At the same time,
I learned that in World War II. You don't want to fight a war in two fronts.
Learned that in Risk as well. But that's the thing about it as well. If you look at Twitch and Kick, right? Kick right now has a lot of the features that people want out of Twitch. Better splits, less ads, all that exists on Kick. But where Kick is having that issue, which is a streaming platform, where Kick's issue is it's a place where it can't shake its first impression. And I think a lot of people have that first impression of AEW is this is a place where gymnastics are happening, right? And they don't allow you to really dive into it. If you really look at Kick, or you see as a content creator the benefits of Kick, and there's so many people that come out to tell you like, why don't you try Kick? You get all these better splits. I've been able to make a living off of it better than Twitch. And I think when Twitch sees that people are mass exiting, what does Twitch do? It starts adding those features. Now everybody can make money off of Twitch. You don't have to be an affiliate. You don't have to be a partner to be able to do that. So I think if you were to ask me, what does WWE do? They're going to start having better in-ring, which is weird to say, but it's clear to me that something has changed behind the scenes, because the wrestling, especially like you mentioned on Raw, is significantly much more dangerous. You were to tell me that you would have Javon Evans take a spine buster bump off the edge of the commentary table?
I don't think that was on purpose. I don't think that was supposed to happen.
I think it was supposed to be a gorilla press.
Yes. Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a catch and then like a
yes.
And then
I've seen Penta do that move. It was not supposed to be what happened to Javon.
But the point I want to make is they're trying more dangerous stuff, and I feel that. I think the WWE wants to get better. And I think that there's sides. I think the talent wants to get better. But I think at the end of the day, though, I think if AJ Styles would have went to AEW, I think WWE would definitely be more in trouble. It'd be staggering a little bit. Like, it gets staggered. Like, oh, my God, we lost AJ Styles to AEW. That would get people to click over. Would you click over if the rumors was that Roman was having money contract issues, and if who knows, I know it will never happen. Okay, let me make that clear. It would never freaking happen. But let's say a Randy Orton.
Of course, all these things would make me tune over 1,000,000%.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh my God.
You don't have to
What
go
is
that hardcore of like a megastar. Like you already said it earlier, the New Day. The New Day is going to make me tune over for sure.
Okay, what's the lowest on the card that make you tune over?
I don't know that it's necessarily position on the card. Like for example, like I would tune over if R-Truth went over. You know, I think it's a lot of tenureship that's really, really important as well. It's not just like main eventers.
Okay, so what about Mick Foley?
Yeah, that's not relevant. Mick Foley, legend, moved on, is not a contributor to the business up until he came back to AEW. I don't think that counts.
Okay. So that's too much of a too far of a reach.
Too far removed. Too far removed.
Okay, what about a women's wrestler?
Sure. Oh my God, so many.
Like say if like for some reason like Jada Parker didn't work out on the main roster and she showed up in AEW. Is that too far of a reach?
That's too far removed. Now we're into the NXT developmental.
Soruka?
That's interesting. Absolutely. I'd be tuning in. I'd like to see what that looks like.
JC Jane, of course.
Of course.
What if a bigger one, like an Alexa Bliss, like someone who's big?
Yes,
but I don't see it mixing well. This is what I mean. Like anybody who's a big name could be an impact at AEW. Where do we see it like being the Ciampa? You know what I mean? Like, ooh, that was a great fit
improvement. Okay, like who would be improved by the AEW ecosystem? I do think that there's lots of names, especially in the mid card, that fall into that equation for sure.
Give me one.
Like if we're talking like Ilya Dragunov, like imagine an Ilya Dragunov with like the guardrails of WWE removed, insane. Carmelo Hayes without the guardrails of WWE, insane. Penta,
Dragon Lee?
even. I mean, Penta was doing some insane, out of this world stuff in AEW that makes the stuff that he does in WWE look like child's play, even though it's already amazing. Dragon Lee, you've already mentioned. Yeah. The list is really long, especially in the mid card of guys that I think could get that Ciampa like aura boost if they were to go to AEW.
You know what name that you haven't mentioned that I think would be a fun change of style that AEW does not have? Like, there's not that many wrestlers with that style.
Ooh.
Gunther.
Okay. I mean, he'd be doing some insane stuff over there. Absolutely.
Especially with Will
Ospreay. Yeah, man, it's an interesting conversation. Like what can AEW continue this? It does kind of feel like a full court press of WWE. Like, can they follow it up after a great, critically acclaimed, well received PLE? Maybe, I don't know. Like
does being on Wednesday hurt it?
No.
No.
I mean, what day would fix it? I don't. It's.
I mean, it pushed NXT off of Wednesday, right?
It pushed NXT off of Wednesday, yeah. So I don't think the day of the week really bothers it, unless you're just so dead set on only watching on Mondays and Fridays, right?
What would have happened if they went up on a Monday?
They'd get
like that.
I mean, it'd be interesting, but I think they would get killed right now at this stage, at this juncture. Not in terms of quality, but like again in terms of reach.
But that's what I mean. I think like the game of business is different. I think they had to go on Wednesdays to solidify a deal, right? They needed that Warner Brothers money to solidify that deal. But if it went to a Monday, if the deal's already set, like, would you ever see a world? We don't know contract details, but what if AEW got picked up by Netflix because Netflix is like, yeah, we want this because we need content. We don't care who gives us the content.
That'd be awesome.
We want it.
That'd be awesome. I mean, that'd be so sick. That would be so sick. I mean, hell of a conflict of interest, but I love it. I love conflicts of interest. Sancho, we've got King and Queen of the Ring coming up here, which I love now that Money in the Bank is not going to be in the equation. Don't put the glasses on. Stop it. Take them. No. Sancho, no. He is not winning King of the Ring.
Well. Santi, you unlocked the LA Night's Watch segment. It's funny because was it like being part of the Night's Watch, you should not want a crown? But here we are, bucking the trend.
I will wear no crown. Take no name and take no lands.
Take no lands. Yeah, I want to be King of the Ring. Yeah. Oh boy. Interesting though. kind of early. Doesn't feel early. Like out of nowhere. I didn't even think about King of the Ring starting.
No, it makes sense. Like right after Clash.
Sure.
Yeah. Because if that's the next PLE, which it is at the end of June, I think it's a totally appropriate timeline.
Oh, brother, what a great way to kick off with having the megastar, the number one contender. Okay. You know what's funny is I talked about LA Knight being King of the Ring, and I told Denise, why can he not make it to the finals? He made it to the finals the last time is now. She goes, I didn't even know he was in that tournament. I was like, thanks, Denise. Thanks so much.
He didn't make it to the final. What are you talking about?
He made it to the finals against Gunther.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Wait.
Yes, he did.
No. He didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, last year the final was Cody and Randy, and the year before that was Randy and Gunther.
The last time is now tournament.
Okay, but that's not at all what you said. You said the King of the Ring tournament. You moved the goalpost on me.
No. I said the last time is now. You might not have heard it.
Somebody rewind it. I don't think he did. I think he's trying to fuck on me. Yeah, we need the VAR review. Somebody go back. Arbok, let us know.
Yeah, Arbok has decided. Arbok. See? No, but yeah, he made it to the last time is now final. So I mean, come on. Like, I mean,
he wasn't supposed to either. Remember all the injuries that kept happening? Oh my god, I remember now.
Any NBA finals that made it there just because of someone got injured doesn't matter.
Wait, are you sure that was the final? Was it not Solo versus Gunther?
No, don't do that to me.
Is now?
Why would it?
Hang on. Hang your titties right now for a second.
Texas. It was in Austin, Texas.
Okay, you're right. You're right. That was the final. My bad.
Was it in Austin, Texas? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was indeed LA Knight versus Gunther. Okay.
So, being that King of the Ring, I know I hijacked your segment with my LA Knights watch. Who's gonna win? Who's in it? Who's out? Who's gonna win? Early predictions?
Yeah.
Give me the King side.
I mean, this is interesting, right? Like, I think if we're doing college basketball seeding, I think it's pretty fair to say that Oba's the number one seed, but
if he's in it.
I think he will. I think he will be in it, but I think some shenanigans will happen with Brock Lesnar that prevent him from winning this tournament, because I'm pretty confident that Lesnar and Oba.
Predictions.
Yes. Yeah, we go into more depth, because I do think that Oba and Brock will go to SummerSlam. I feel that in my bones. But I think it's going to be off the back of Oba getting screwed over by Lesnar in some capacity in that tournament, whether it's early or in the final. I can see he storms the ring, 3 F5s, 1 through the announce table. Oba gets counted out. I can see it with my Doctor Strange 14 million different scenarios. I can see it plain as day. So that does bring the question of, like, who does win that tournament, and where does it what champion does it lead to? Like, could it be Randy Orton returning, winning the tournament, and going after Cody Rhodes? Randy, losing back-to-back King of the Ring tournaments. Maybe he finally wins the third one, goes after Cody Rhodes in that manner. I think that works. I don't know that I love the idea of a Braun Breaker winning it. Although Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns is pretty appetizing, because then that puts us in a position where we now have the Bloodline versus the Vision, whatever is left of it at least. And maybe that's a story that brings Seth Rollins in there. Who knows, right? So that could be really interesting.
Seth Rollins.
I'll go. The on paper favorite is Oba. I will go with Braun Breaker wins it.
Oh,
I'll go with Braun.
Good one. That's a good one. See, for me, it's like I feel that Oba dealing with Brock takes him out of the table completely.
Yeah, I think he's in the tournament, but I do agree with you that he's off the board as a winner.
Because I think that's a great way to protect Oba, because if you put him in King of the Ring, he would have to win. Like, that's a given. Let's see. Looking at the field of guys, I think if they were going to jumpstart Rollins and Roman,
that could be good.
I think Seth Rollins could be the guy that
wins.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Seth winning, and then it's Seth versus Roman, main event of SummerSlam. That's fire. That's fuego. I like it.
And I think because there's a lot of like Montez Ford, there's of course the Vision on the other side that create all the drama. I think unfortunately LA Knight's on the outside looking in. Once again, he get close, but he gets screwed over because it's interesting because he started off this whole thing as like I'm declaring for the King of the Ring, yeah, and then he says I don't know if you know this, but I put the Vision in the rear mirror. They're in the past, right? So I think that might come back and nip him again. I do feel, considering that the Vision is really, really down. And I think Austin Theory could do something here in this King of the Ring. I thought that was a break. No, don't. The pressure. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. For those audio listeners, he's taking off his glasses and giving me his best Jim Halpert impression.
Fat Halpert.
I think he can, dude. I think this was a breakout episode for Austin Theory.
Now you like that the terrible chair shot to Dawkins? That clearly missed by 10 feet.
I was already like, yeah, all right, he's attacking everybody. That was a good headshot on Joe Hendry.
That one looked terrifying. I'm like, dude, did you actually hit him?
Like, he did.
Did you kill him?
And I like that he's been unleashed. And it's interesting because Denise was pointing out that it felt like Logan was stealing a lot of the spotlight, was because Logan is so much better. But I felt like Austin Theory was improving and no one was paying attention that Austin Theory was improving because Logan was so good. Now that Logan, who's been cursed and he's gone, I think Austin Theory could do something as King of the Ring. But my prediction would be Seth Rollins because I feel that there's a part of me thinking that Seth Rollins is on a time clock. It just feels like there's too many things. His coffee company has a really solid launch, the product that he's endorsing lately. At the same time, he calls himself, he's a sports broadcaster too, so he's already weaving that into the lexicon. I feel like the NFL would love to have him during those 8 months that the NFL is active. And all those injuries are adding up for Seth Rollins. So if you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it soon.
All right, so you're picking Austin Theory.
No!
Great choice. No going back now. Great choice. I think you made a wonderful choice. You are picking, you cannot go back. You have to stick with this. You're going with Austin Theory as your King of the Ring winner.
You know you're in trouble when Donald Trump asks you, who are you with? You ask a question and he goes, ooh, who are you with?
Yeah, who you
Wrestling
with?
Is cool.
Yeah.
Wrestling is cool.
That is, of course, Silly Sancho. Another terrible comment from Silly Sancho.
I know, like, they just had AEW did a press conference with Tony Khan, which he always does, and he answers every single question. I know Stash Club got to answer a question in, but I would not know what to ask Tony Khan. I would not do well in that environment. I wouldn't even be as witty as Malcolm and ask, what's your Waffle House order, Yeah, Santi.
Mr. Khan, what that ass do? What that ass do, Mr. Khan?
Who are you with, Santi? All right. Queen of the Ring, La Reina. What do you got?
What do you think he would say to what that ass do? Like, if somebody asked him that, what would he be witty in the moment, or he'd be like, well, I think the ass that I provide here in AEW, I think it's among the elite asses in all of professional wrestling. As you saw in the main event, this is an ass that could put together a really solid main event here with the AEW stars and the AEW talent that we have here. So yeah, overall, I'd say that this ass do be bouncing, my guy.
Pretty accurate Tony Khan.
Thank you. His cadence is very specific.
It's not as good as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The way he goes, "Oh wow, you really asked that question." I would have hash browns.
Dwayne, you haven't been to a Waffle House in decades, brother.
I like when Dwayne says, "You get out of here." Malcolm goes, "Oh no, don't do that." But
Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring.
We talked a little bit about this, folks, in the predictions video, and I'm going to put a bow on it here, and I think it's going to be Charlotte Flair. I think that Charlotte Flair, the Queen of the Ring.
Queen City?
Oh,
hell, the Queen.
Sorry, audio listeners. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair winning this here, and that is our catalyst, our setup here for the women's triple threat. I think you could do something really interesting where, like, Charlotte, let's say Jade wins, right? And wins the title. Rhea really wants to get back at Jade, but Charlotte takes the match because she wins Queen of the Ring, and now you've got a Rhea Ripley forcefully inserting herself in there. It could create that tension between Rhea and Charlotte that they already have. It's a story that they've done before, right? Like Rhea forcing her way into a match. We saw it at WrestleMania. So it works with Rhea Ripley. We saw it work in the past. In terms of, because the thing is I look at the other women and I look at like the most viable options that work right now. I don't think Becky Lynch works because of everything she's doing with the IC title. Io Sky could work. And maybe that's just like a simple setup for Io Sky versus Liv Morgan at SummerSlam, for example. Stephanie returning, winning Queen of the Ring could be pretty good as well. But here's the thing. A lot of the names that I'm throwing out there, I think are names that if they win Queen of the Ring, you have to come up with the narrative, as opposed to there's a really good narrative between Charlotte, Jade, and Rhea for Charlotte to win the Queen of the Ring. Of course, devil's advocate could say, well, if there's already a narrative, then we don't need an excuse for Charlotte to get a number one contendership match. I understand that argument. I think that's a fair one, but I'll go with Charlotte.
Well, that doesn't stop Cody from winning King of the Ring.
Of course.
Adrenaline. It's funny when Gunther won, I was like, he's not going to put on that crown. And he did it.
Yeah.
He just held it. For me, I'm going to go out on a limb here because I think Charlotte is
you got Maxine? Choice. You're going to go with Maxine? You got Austin Theory and Maxine together?
Lock
it. All right, moving on to the next topic.
You could edit that way and I'd be set. I think it's going to be a great launch pad. And I know that WWE doesn't do this anymore. Now there's new stipulation with SummerSlam being a number one contender and things of that sort. But for some reason, this person was arguably in the top 10 of women's pro wrestling for a long time ago. And it feels like a long time ago. But I think Blake Monroe would be a great choice being Queen of the Ring. It'd be strapping the rocket to her, of course. But I think this would quiet everybody going like, what is she going to do? She hasn't been on the main roster. She's been coming soon for 4 weeks. Now she's here. She get that backstage segment where she didn't really do much, and that's her debut. I saw your little reaction, and that's your debut. That's you, Blake Monroe.
That's the voice I had. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what happens when I 2 times it. But yeah, I think Blake Monroe would be a great candidate because then it would just put her right into the main event. Okay. If they're not going to do Tiffy, Bean, and Blake, because that feels like Chelsea is already doing that. But it is interesting that Tiffy had Chelsea and then Blake showed up and told Chelsea she was disappointing.
Weird. Yeah, it was anticlimactic. Okay, let me throw some names, male and female, and tell me, oh, that'd be cool, or that would All right. Women's names to win Queen of the Ring. What about a JC Jane? What do you think?
Yes.
It's cool, right?
Very
Create
cool.
some cool scenarios. Men's side of things, a returning Drew McIntyre.
Man. Oh, yeah, I love that. I mean, he would just be kind of cool. Be kind of cool. It would give him some banger matches to like reintroduce himself to the world again, Yeah. To let people know that he's serious.
If Drew wins, I think it's more interesting if he goes after Roman.
You don't want to let the Bloodline Hunter go, don't you?
I really think there's something special there. There was so much excitement when that was the original kind of like path that he was going down. I just love a good bounty hunter storyline, man.
What was the moment when he interrupted the 2K cover, right?
Yeah.
That was the last time that the Bloodline Hunter was coming after everybody. Yeah, sure. I mean, I think a lot of people are forgetting about Drew McIntyre. I think people have written him off for the summer.
Yeah. Okay. What about, I don't know about the timelines, but let's pretend it's possible, Naomi. The kid is born. The kid's born. It's out. It's out.
It's out and about.
Yeah. So the kid ain't in there anymore. Like let's say, she gets back in time, physically ready. Could you see Naomi winning this?
I mean, in the control environment, sure. I mean,
what about with Jade Cargill as champion?
I mean, did Gina Carano lose like 100 pounds just to get in the ring with Ronda Rousey?
She did,
In like a
yes.
short amount of time. I mean, it's possible. And this is again, it's a controlled environment. You could set certain parameters. I mean, I think Naomi, is she at that point where she could just come back and just straight up challenge? Just like, hey, I dropped it. I went back.
She left as a champion. So absolutely, it's a very, very natural. Well, I didn't lose it. I didn't lose this championship. I'm back in the mix.
Because her another exit would be winning Money in the Bank again.
No repeat winners.
That's what I mean. That's the next stop.
Yeah.
Queen of the Ring, Money in the
Bank. By the way,
just
a reminder of the bet still going on that if LA Knight wins a Royal Rumble, he's already missed that opportunity. A King of the Ring or a Money in the
Bank. Don't forget Chamber.
Oh, Chamber or Money in the Bank. Oh, so maybe Royal Rumble's still up. Did we make the deal after Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
I'll give you Royal Rumble because you ain't fucking winning that anyway.
No, I think it's Money in the Bank or bust for me. But yes, the deal was 100 gifted, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Man.
If LA Knight wins
one of them,
and it didn't even originally include Money in the Bank. I gave that to you.
Well, I mean, that's the last stop. That's the last
stop. I'm giving it to you though, and it's not gonna
last stop.
It ain't gonna happen, brother. Anyways,
again, answer the question. Name one person in WWE that's standing up to the bloodline. One person.
I mean, there's literal Jacob Fatu.
You can't. No, I mean that's different. That's like he's already involved. I'm talking about someone going, "Hey, you guys."
Why is he Ray?
I'm here, hey.
Why did you become Ray?
The manager, the general manager, dude. He's a Hall of Famer, active Hall of Famer, active general manager. He looked great. Baggy pants, tan.
I'm looking forward to him being general manager because it's going to bring back the classic shenanigans of heel champion versus babyface manager. Because, I mean, like, come on. You know that's going to eventually implode at some point, right?
Did you see the one that already, because Laredo Kid cheated against Ray Phoenix? And he goes like, Laredo, what are you doing, dude? That's not how we're going to do things here. And now I'm general manager, and then Laredo's like, a win's a win. What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm with Laredo. Hey, Sancho, carry for 30 seconds. I have to violently pee. I'm sorry.
Gross. Let's talk about that Austin Theory. Like I mentioned, standout performance from Austin Theory. I know a lot of people want to sweep Austin Theory underneath the rug. I mean, you have to understand the vision is in shambles. I mean, Bronson Reed could return, but what did Paul Heyman do? Paul Heyman said, look, you're going to have Braun Breaker. And I think this is interesting, like the amount of gratitude that Austin Theory showed Paul Heyman. I think it's like another kind of reflection to his career in the WWE. You have to feel for Austin Theory. The dude was making movement with Logan Paul, and then Logan Paul gets that torn tricep when Dawkins landed him at Saturday's main event. And you have to be like Austin Theory, like, damn, well, there goes my run. There goes my rise. There goes my momentum. Because when Austin Theory was making momentum with Grayson Waller, it didn't quite work out with him because all of a sudden either he got injured or something happened. And that didn't happen. That didn't play out. The same thing with Austin Theory under Vince McMahon. He was promised the world, and then it didn't play out under Triple H's umbrella. So I feel that now that he was getting in the good graces of Triple H, finally making something, I do feel like he's going to have a greater impact going forward.
Stop selling the people on Austin Theory. He's not.
I'm not putting him in the Glaze Factory.
Oh, he's not in the Glaze Factory.
Not yet. I think if he joins with, like, if they get an on-screen debut of Maxine and Austin Theory together, I think that would make Austin Theory get booed so much more.
Why?
Like, it's a natural heel thing, dude. You see him with the Maxine, be like, oh, you suck. You took him away for Otis and Tozawa. Boo.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just not sold. He was great on Monday Night Raw. I will agree.
You're an Austin Theory hater.
I'm not a hater. I just don't get it. That's it. I don't hate him. I just don't get it.
What you don't get about Austin Theory? Like, what did you rather him do? Like, give up the title, the tag team title, go home?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I can't pinpoint what it is about Theory that doesn't sell me. I'm just not bought into anything he does. The in-ring is great. I'm talking about like the the character of Austin Theory and like what he provides to the vision. And here's the thing, maybe the problem was that I could never see it because he was so heavily overshadowed by Logan Paul, as you mentioned. That's a possibility, and maybe now we'll be able to see what it's all about, because one of the things that I did say in the Raw review, available exclusively on patreon.com, is that it now does feel like sink or swim. You know, like you've been propped up by Logan Paul since your return. You've been propped up by the vision. And since you've returned, you've done nothing to get yourself organically over. I think that's a fair statement. Even when with the reveal of the mask, when he was like this vigilante running around helping the vision, like it wasn't doing anything, and right down to the reveal of the mask was just so poor. The thing that happened at Survivor Series was just received so poorly as well. So this feels like, yeah, they're finally giving him something, but it also feels like this thing that they're giving him is make or break, because if he cannot find a way to connect with the audience, because I think that's the problem. It's just a lack of connection with the audience, and people misinterpret that as believing that like the crowd needs to cheer for him. No, like connecting with the audience is like getting a reaction out of people in any capacity. Boos, love, the thing that, you know, right now that Ricky Saints is struggling with. He is struggling to connect with the audience in some capacity. The difference is that Austin Theory has had like 5 chances to connect with the crowd, and Ricky Saints is just in the beginning stages, which is why it feels like this is make or break for Austin Theory. That's it. That's my thoughts.
That's just a theory.
Yo, shout out to Matt Bet. All right, B. Missed
He's
that guy.
still alive. He did the Cleveland Browns schedule. You think that was an AI version of Matt Pat?
I mean, anybody with a brain could tell you that was AI, man. There's no way that anybody would have agreed to work with the Browns.
Are you excited for your Chargers this season?
Yeah. I'm picking out, seeing what game to go to.
Okay.
Travel to LA. Have a good time.
If I still live there, would you see me?
Yeah.
Would you come visit me?
Yeah. Like the plan is to go to LA. Like I'll visit like CVV, maybe do a part dos over there. We've already talked about that. But yeah, I definitely would if I was in your neck of the woods, I'd definitely be like showing up unannounced. Hola.
Dude, that's what my parents do all the time.
Do they really?
All the time. But it's like I gotten used to it. I call it the Sancho factor, so to speak. You know, it's like it's a given. If they're gonna show up, they're gonna bring more people unexpectedly, and I understand. Like one time they came over to LA to visit me from Texas, and they brought in my niece and nephew and more people than I expected. I was like, oh, okay, this is the game we're playing. So it's the same thing here. They're gonna show up and they're gonna, do a little bit more. And I'm fine with it, dude. Because you know what? We don't have that many summers left. You ever think about that?
Yeah, man.
The mortality of man.
I think about the mortality of man at all times, man. It's always top of mind.
How many manias do you have left?
Oh,
20? 20?
Damn, that's a short life if I've only got 20 manias left.
30?
I think at minimum I got 35 manias in me before I croak.
Have you predicted the last mania?
Oh man, I should make a series of like videos of me like post-mortem, like in the event that I die, and it's just here's my predictions for WrestleMania 79. Here's me predicting who's going to dethrone our champions in the year 2065.
You know what would be a good choice?
What?
Lesnar's daughter.
I mean, yeah, Maya's a freaking monster, bro. You think she'll go into wrestling? I mean, there's
not much for shot putters. Right?
Yeah, there's not much for shot putters. I also think about like Gage Goldberg, Goldberg's son, who plays in Colorado. I don't know how good he is. If he's an NFL level prospect, I genuinely don't know. If you are, good for you. If you're not, I mean, that last name has a lot of lineage, brother. Bring it over to WWE. He's a big scary kid too.
Brody Lee's son.
Pretty active, dude. He's already had his first wrestling match. That was really cool. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, absolutely. That kid's a natural.
Yeah, and did you see Dijak wrestle his 5-year-old?
Yeah, that she whooped his ass. What? Made him look like a bitch.
She goes, "You're small. You're a baby, and you're small." I was like, "Damn!"
Yeah, dude, that shit was adorable.
That was crazy, that was adorable. Dude. I having my own daughter a little bit older, it's like the trust to be able to explain to her is like, I'm going to put a collar and elbow lock on you, but no, it's all pretend and play. But I love that he was calling it like, go ahead, reverse, reverse.
Yeah, make him. He's worse than Cena calling the moves.
Yeah, it's so loud. But it's dude, that thing went viral for Dijak. But I have a question for you. Moving on to the next topic. Considering that there's a rumor that Baron Corbin could return. Now, I want to go ahead and put this in your macaroni, sir.
Oh,
you ever heard of that song? Stick your finger in button, call it macaroni.
I'll stick my finger somewhere in you if you know what I'm saying.
And you, I want to propose that because the Vision is in dire need of people, and there's one person.
Don't.
The alpha dog, the wolf
don't tell me to add Baron Corbin to the Vision. Dude, at this point, just end the Vision if we're at the point of adding Baron Corbin to it. Wolf dogs don't need to be in the Vision. That could be its own thing. Implode the Vision. Don't woof at me. That won't make your argument better.
Come on, dude. Baron Corbin with Braun Breaker. Come on, dude.
They were fun. They were fun in NXT. We never saw them on the main roster together.
Never saw them on the main roster because
man. Like if we're at the point where we're having to bring in Baron Corbin to round out the Vision, we've lost the freaking Vision at this point.
A former blue chipper, man could still move. What do you think when Baron Corbin did that move when he slid out to the outside? He slid it around and then ran back around and he went back up with that, I
don't really know what you're talking about.
You don't? Okay, he throws the opponent into the turnbuckle, boom, and then he slides out. He slides out of the ring and then goes back around the like he holds on to the ring post and goes back around and gets back up, boom.
That seems highly unnecessary. It just seems like extra steps.
Oh, no? I'm sorry. Now you're gonna be talking about AJ Francis when he does his flip over thing? How dare you? I'm telling AJ, you're calling him out, dude. I'm telling Tom as well. Baron Corbin, dude, don't you? I'm sorry, you want to see Baron Corbin as the gingerbread man? That's what you want?
No, do not put words in my mouth, Mister. I want Theory to win the King of the Ring.
Don't put those words. My words in my mouth is I want undead Damian Priest, and I will still say that to the day it goes. It happens. But Baron Corbin, come on, valuable asset to return.
I think if he comes back, it's going to be NXT.
Well, they said that it needs heels, and that is a good point. NXT does need help.
NXT needs a tremendous amount of help. I mean, I know that there's the rumor of like Baron Corbin, Enzo and Cass. I know Enzo and Cass were a super overact, but like I'm just not buying this. Like, we care about tag team wrestling. I won't buy it until I see it. I think they're more likely to end up in NXT than they are the main roster. Because NXT, they still have an important TV contract to keep happy, right? The CW, that's a really accessible channel that you don't want to lose that contract when it comes time to renegotiate. And NXT ratings are plummeting, absolutely plummeting, the lowest in the brand's history. I am a first-hand example of somebody that's struggling to get back into NXT. I'm really struggling to care about the new characters, to tune in to 2 hours of professional wrestling with a lot of these characters that I'm still meeting and learning and don't know. So adding an Enzo and Cass, adding a Baron Corbin in there, I think that'd be pretty sweet.
You're not going to buy that they might be, reloading on the tag team if they go after FTR like the rumor is?
I mean, even if that's the case, it's not until 2027. Like, they still have a full year left in their contract, the rest of 2026. Like, I'm just not going to hang my cap on waiting on something that, one, might not happen. They might get outbid because FTR has been so valuable to AEW. Why would Tony Khan want to lose them? And if we're talking about who's going to offer more, we're at the point where it ain't WWE or TKO. It's AEW. And I have to wait till 2027 for me to see the fruits of the labor of WWE actually caring about the tag team division. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it.
Yeah, whereas you could just simply buy Baron Corbin joining the Vision, a group.
I cannot buy that. No.
How are they going to look intimidating with just Braun Breaker and Austin Theory?
You don't. You end the group. You end it. It's over, dude. The experiment is done. It doesn't work anymore. And by the way, also kind of freaky Final Destination stuff that they all went down to injury the same order that they joined the Vision. Seth, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul. I don't know, man. Theory, I'd be careful. You don't cheat death. That's what I learned in Final Destination.
You're afraid that you're gonna slip and fall in the bathtub?
Dude, I am unkillable when it comes to anything like that because I'm so afraid of it. And I've seen so many movies and I've seen so many just awful videos on the internet that I think I've seen every silly way that a human being can die. I'm unkillable. I see them all. Anytime I'm walking under a roof in the winter, I'm looking for those icicles. I ain't getting impaled. I know they're there. I have ultra instinct self-awareness. I will die of self-inflicted problems, whether like it's maybe I don't know what could happen to me.
You don't eat a lot of your fiber intake.
Exactly, right? Like I have a terrible diet. Maybe I overwork out. It'll be something like that, but it ain't gonna be something silly like slipping. It ain't gonna be.
You ever take a shower and when you close your eyes, you think someone's gonna get you, and you open your eyes real fast?
Yeah, just to double check, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Dude, home invasion nightmares are the worst. They're terrifying. I don't know what it's like as a Texan, because you're maybe in your dream you can be like, I'll just use my shotgun. In Canada, it's like, I use my maple leaf or something. I don't know. Yeah, just wig my finger at him.
Why don't you just stand there at the doorway with one of your belts? Just sit there and go like,
Santi's app is your sleep paralysis demon.
Why don't you make one of those videos? I used to enjoy the shorts you made. You know, you did the theme songs, you did all that. We just did a video that we're gonna put out soon. We did the categories that everybody's doing. Shout outs to my editor. We were able to make a 20-minute video and something tolerable.
Yeah, dude, that was awful.
But he did a great job, right?
He did a very good job. He did a
great job. He did a great job. One thing I want to point out as well, I'm excited for Enzo and Cass. I know a lot of people don't know who they are, but if you ever watch that Royal Rumble entrance, they made one. I was there live. Ugh.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada bing, bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing? Anyways.
And we only got one word to describe you. S-W-A-F-T. Soft.
Dude, it's such a silly act, but it just works so well. It really did.
Well, the reason why I really am excited is because Big Cass has improved so much as a big man.
Bill. Bill Nye the Science Guy. You ever watch that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah, great show.
But I was more of a Magic School Bus kid, though.
I was both. Well, here's the thing. I never watched a single episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy at home. All my Bill Nye knowledge is just substitute teachers in school. That was it.
And the rolling TV set?
Yes. Yeah.
That had the strap on it. So
yes. Always love the music numbers at the end. My favorite, and I'll never forget it, is if you're a liquid or a gas, you're a fluid. If you're a liquid or a gas, you're a fluid.
It reminds me of John Cena and Ricky Stenicki.
With his boner jams? Or was he boner jams or jizz jams? One of them.
No, he was the whacking jams, dude. He would turn everything into You must jack it. I miss John Cena. What's going on with John Cena's neck of the woods?
I don't know. Let's go check his Twitter. What's he saying?
Let's go check John Cena's Twitter lately. Let's see. We follow each other. Let's see. He is slinging nature's own bread. He has a shirt that says the Breaducator.
Okay.
All right. In his actual tweet on May 24th, minimize envy. Just because someone else wins doesn't mean you lose. Ooh. Woo. That's the morning dove, by the way. Are you envious of me ever?
No.
I am envious of you.
I know you are. It's understandable. Have you seen me?
Your muscles. Mm-hmm. Envious of your muscles. Envious of your jawline.
Oh, you like the jawline.
Envious.
You got to put just a couple hours a day just hammering yourself. Clink, 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 clink. Yeah, just a couple cracks in there, and boom, you'll get It's mega
You,
mewing, little looks maxing.
that would be the day we would go WWE has jumped shark because they went after the Kai Cenats and the speeds of the world. Those are like, all right, top of the top. But if they start going for other influencers,
Like a clavicular? You think they bring in the hammer to the face guy?
I think that'd be cool if for a heel to bring him in, like a Miz.
Okay, you think the Miz would bring in a clavicular?
Yeah.
I mean, Logan Paul did the podcast with clavicular.
That was a crazy podcast.
Yeah.
And then he gives them the ratings.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of ratings, let's give our quick reactions and thoughts on Saturday night's main event. You reviewed it for the Patreon.
I did.
So go check it out. It's up there, available with footage. Of course, all transformative. So go check it out. Link in the description. $5 gets you access to all of the content. But Sancho, since you were the Snummy reviewer, what did you think of Snummy?
I feel that it was one of those like, yeah, you could miss it, but you would have missed out on great in-ring. There's all the matches besides Sol Ruca and Becky Lynch were almost so enjoyable. It was a very enjoyable one. The one that I feel that the reason why I felt like weekly television, because the Vision closed out on it again. I mean, they do that multiple times on Monday night, and this was no different. But I like the mini swerve that they had in that match with Braun Breaker going out to go for the spear and all of a sudden just getting catapulted out by Dawkins. I thought that was a great moment, and I think it was perfectly executed how that finish happened. It was like perfect from Heyman with the leg rope thing and all that. It was like amazing. And I enjoyed it a lot. I think where a lot of people jumped off the boat with Saturday's main event was not having Penta and Ethan Page be the main event, which I thought it was. It felt like it was throughout the entire night. But overall, it's night and day difference between an ESPN PLE and a Peacock PLE. You had backstage segments, you had video packages, you had follow-ups after matches, you had so many things that made it feel like a pro wrestling show, and the in-ring added to that. I thought the whole thing, like I mentioned, and I think in the predictions thing, how you had Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea being on the same page and finally getting together, and it's still not working out for them, was a great kind of wrinkle in that story. The thing about Becky and Sol Ruca, it's like unnecessary extra cook in the kitchen. Didn't need that for that feud to be even better. If you weren't gonna like, that did not amp up. If they, let's say this, it was always going to be at Clash. If they would have just announced the match at Clash at first, we would have been hyped for it. This didn't add anything to it. The only thing it did is added Jessica Carr to Becky's rivalry. That's all it did, and that's not good for Sol Ruca. I think with the thing about Penta and Ethan Page just continues to solidify Penta's run as an IC title holder. I am kind of bummed out that Ethan Page isn't still around the picture still. Like, I thought Ethan Page would be like a gnat and wouldn't go away and create like his first feud. And I thought that would have been nice because Penta's reign, and I put it on X, like, what do you think about it so far? High grades from everybody, but now they're ready for a feud. And I think Ethan would have been a great addition or great first like Green Goblin type of feud for Penta. But, overall, I liked it. I think like for a 2-hour show, easy, nothing egregious besides not having the IC title main event. But it is interesting, and I leave this with you, and I ask you this: do you think that they're putting both the women's tag team, which I didn't talk about that much? I like the finish in that one because they were trying to sell me that the Paige and Bella could do something. They could be they're veterans, and I think that finish was enough to be like, But that was that's a Brie twin mode move, in my opinion. I could see Nikki and Brie Bella doing that better. Right?
Sure.
I feel like that would. But I thought Irresistible Forces would win there. But when it comes to the tag team wrestling, the question I want to have to you: do you feel like the WWE was like, hey, you think we don't like tag team wrestling here at WWE? We're gonna close both matches for the titles and put it on Saturday's main event to be the main event and the one the second to that. Do you ever feel that was a reaction to that criticism?
Maybe, but like for me to buy into the belief that there are genuine efforts being done to fix it, I need more than just one night, right? Like,
right.
However, I was very pleased with the show. Like from an in-ring perspective, I was watching it, like I said, at a bar, but the whole time I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Can't believe they're doing this, blah, blah, blah.
You didn't want to ask them? You didn't go, could you put it on the TV?
No, I was not going to be that guy.
Come on.
Because then it would have been the like, oh, you have to go to the YouTube app, and then you have to go. Yeah, it's not like, hey, can you put on channel 5? Oh, what? There's wrestling up? No, I'm not gonna be that guy. On top of that, it was I think that, yeah, what game was it? It was a hockey game. It might have, I can't remember if it was the Knights versus the Avalanche or Montreal versus Carolina, but it's Canada, bro. I can't ask them to change a hockey game for Saturday night's main event.
Unless Bret Hart's wrestling.
Of course. Yeah, we're just so enamored by Bret Hart here in Canada.
But Ethan Page was there.
He is. He's a Canadian icon, recognized by the Canadian government.
You should have said that.
I should have. Hey, and then he lost.
Hey there, pal.
Hey, bud.
Hey,
how about we put on the Ethan Page wrestling match, eh? Yeah, that's how that conversation went. But I liked it. I thought the action was good. I did say in my review, it's like, yeah, like from narrative and like from like, like you could have missed the show and still be caught up on Monday Night Raw. Like you didn't miss anything like from a story perspective that's going to make you have that FOMO of missing the show. But if you miss this show, I do think that you missed out on a fun night of wrestling. This felt like just like a hey, you like the in-ring portion of WWE? This is the show for you. Come hang out. Come see our performers do what they can with as few parameters and as few guardrails as we've been putting on at like WrestleMania. We're going to give our talent 15 plus minutes for their matches. Come see what they're capable of doing. And what they were capable of doing was putting on some absolutely fantastic in-ring work. Yeah, sure. Like there were some matches that were better than others. Like I personally didn't love that women's tag match, but like I can appreciate that it got time, it got 9 minutes. We got a proper finish. The only downside was absolutely, you're right, Sol Ruca and Becky Lynch, and we go into detail in the Clash in Italy bonus supplementary podcast if you guys want to go check that out. At Clash. But like if this can be the identity of Saturday night's main event moving forward, I'm down. Like if it's Saturday night's main event is like, this is the mid-card show where we might sprinkle a main eventer here or there, like a Rhea Ripley, like a Charlotte Flair, but not inconsequential, world title matches. I'm in. Like I'm good with it having this identity as a mid-card show. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I can live with that.
Are you sure you blocked me on X? Because that's what I said.
Oh,
exact same word.
Well,
exact same word. I use the word sprinkle a main inventor.
Oh, no, I do not check your X for anything. Why would I? What have you been tweeting lately?
Oh, just a bunch of wrestling things. I've been finding some success of being the guy that posts pictures and things throughout the night. Like it's been fun. It keeps me super engaged throughout it. And yeah.
How do you take your pictures? Do you just do like a screenshot of the screen?
Yeah, screenshot source. So like even though you see my thing, I still have the Elgato
right
underneath. So I right click it and screenshots the source, and then it goes from there. Nice. I mean, it's a, I don't know, if I were ever to go to like say a Fightful and be like, hey, let me be your social guy, I would have like evidence of me being able to do it.
Sure.
Because it's like it's not that hard. The only thing that made it hard is when you were doing it during what's the word I'm looking for? You're doing it during while you're editing and uploading your reactions.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be difficult.
That was very difficult. And like I said in our predictions, I'm so happy that I don't have to do that anymore. It's interesting. When do you think WWE Club's gonna make when is it gonna pop out? When does it officially roll out? SummerSlam?
Could be something. I mean, could be like leading to SummerSlam. Like I'm assuming they'll want it fully operational for SummerSlam. Don't you think?
This is fully operational. I wrote, if Saturday night's main event becomes a mid-card PLE with a sprinkle of main eventers, that would be sick. Interesting. Can I also, Your Honor, may I approach the bench, Your Honor?
Come on forward, your counsel.
Now, Your Honor, I know you were busy having libations with your bachelor
He'll
friend.
say.
He'll say. I mean, I've seen you, Your Honor, walk 2 dirty Capri Suns, fisting it one hand and the other, rocking up to me. And don't forget the old infamous clip of you harassing me at a bar in San Diego. And I said, help me. You didn't, I don't know if you saw this, but they ran video packages for like the titles. They had one for the IC title and then they had one for the tag team. Did you see this?
No.
On Sunday's main event?
No.
So before the match, they showed like the history of the world tag team titles. They had like the Bushwhackers, the Rockers, the every tag team underneath the sun, the Natural Disasters. They showed Edge and Christian, Roman and Seth. All these tag teams. I'm talking about the prestige of the title.
The prestige.
Can you guess what tag team wasn't there?
The New Day? Of course. Makes sense, which is absolutely insane considering they're one of, if not the most successful tag team in WWE history. Crazy.
How petty do you have to be to WWE not to acknowledge somebody that strong and prestigious? The legacy of those titles have to do with the New Day.
Well, that tells me they're pretty confident they're going to AEW. That's what that tells me.
100%. It's interesting though, because like we always talk about how teams, when they leave, they'll get like a video package goodbye. But this is different. It's like, even though it's the same, it's the same type of product, it's a different product that they're going to. It's not like the NBA would give all these flowers to somebody going to a competitive basketball product. You know what I mean? I just find it odd, and I don't think a lot of people. I mean, I pointed that out because like that's what I do. Is like interesting that like no New Day.
Speaking
That
of
sucks.
basketball,
Yes.
you see that Danhausen is becoming the king of New York. That there is a petition to make to gift Staten Island to Danhausen in the event that the Knicks win the NBA Finals.
Dude, I'm a Spurs fan.
I know,
all right?
I know. Yeah.
I've been a Spurs fan forever, since the 90s.
But
And you're telling me that there's a potential that Danhausen could curse the Spurs? I'm scared.
there is a potential, brother. There is
I'm
a
scared.
potential. I'm not a fan of any team remaining. I am rooting for the Knicks purely because of the Danhausen aspect of it.
If I was Danhausen, I would not curse the Spurs because the Spurs could actually win.
Sure.
I mean, but I would be furious if it became a Spurs and Knicks final and Wemby gets hurt. I'd be so pissed. It'd be like, yeah, this is funny games.
All right. So here's my question. All right. This is an interesting scenario. Danhausen has all of the love and adoration of Knicks fans.
Of course.
Right? 10 straight wins after he lifted the curse and cursed the and cursed the Cavaliers. And they made the big 20-point comeback upon the curse. If you're Danhausen and you've got the Knicks in the finals, do you take the final leap and curse the opponent so that you can reap the rewards of a potential Knicks championship win? Or do you say, Knicks, you guys got to the final, it's up to you. I'm Danhausen, yeah. So that if they lose, your curse is protected?
I think so. Like,
you're just saying that because you don't want the Spurs cursed.
But no, but if you're in his shoes or in the Bootshausen, you would have to be like, it's like you're gambling. It's like those little games you like to play, like little football going.
Do you think Danhausen right now is going, oh God?
Yeah. It's like, it's going. And you're like, you cash out.
Yeah.
Cashed out now.
You think he cashes out now that he's got them to the finals and then just like, yeah, it's up to you guys now, you know?
I think that's the thing you would have to do, because if you curse and you lose, then it's like you lose so much.
You lose. You basically come out with nothing.
Yeah.
You come out with all of the stuff you built, all of the mainstream attention that you've gathered. You lose it if your curse dies.
Imagine it's game 7, right, versus say Spurs, and then right before the game,
Dan
comes out and he looks right at the Spurs in the middle of the floor and goes, "Spurs, you are curse. And like, but granted, I don't think that would happen because the Spurs would have home court advantage. But the point is, he's like, you are cursed. And oh my God.
The
And then the
pop,
Knicks
brother.
win, the pop would be crazy. But that's the thing that works so well about it is because he cursed the Knicks at first. And it worked. They lost right away, and everyone was blaming Stephen A. Smith. They're like, dude, in this feud with Danhausen, please. And then he did that. He did the thing, and Danhausen lifted the curse. So it's so bizarre to me that Danhausen is still rolling. Like the momentum is just steamrolling everything to the point that they gave him a laboratory. Like they gave him his own segment that he has a laboratory. Nick Aldis goes in there and everyone sells it. And they had the lights flickering in the arena. Like, it feels like they're all in right now for Danhausen. And I think if he does bring back the dead gingerbread man, they're all in. You know, when we saw at Danhausen, we know we were entering a new era. Are you still on board with Danhausen?
Yeah. I love everything that's going on with Danhausen. You and I are fully on the same boat that we love silly in our wrestling, and Danhausen is, he's about as silly as it gets in the world of the WWE. I love what's going on with Danhausen. I agree with you though. I think you cash out your chips and you don't make a curse for the finals because it's just not worth it. Take what you got, man. If they won't give you Staten Island, maybe they'll give you Brooklyn or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll gift you Barclays Center or gift you the New York Nets. The team no one cares about.
Didn't WWE make a Nick Housen shirt?
There is
they did.
I don't know that WWE made it or the Knicks made it.
It's in the NBA store. Damn,
Yeah. I had a feeling it was an actual Knicks merch.
It's in the WWE store too, but it's because of Fanatics, so it makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah,
dude, it looks really sick though. There's multiple shirts.
I want to look this up. Nickhausen.
Yeah, no, it's called Danhausen Nick shirt.
Danhausen.
It says you are uncursed and it has the Knicks logo on it. That's a pretty fire shirt.
Danhausen.
Wow. It looks really, really good.
You are uncursed.
That's you know what's so like if you look at the ones, and I always judge a shirt by its back. It's never the front. It's the back.
Yeah, what's the back of Wepa Time look like?
It's nothing actually.
Yeah.
It's actually nothing. But you are cursed and has the Danhausen with his logo on it with his face on the back. You know what? I just want it says WWE's Danhausen demands fans buy new Knicks merch to avoid curse amid 3-0 start. So this is before the fourth game.
And it worked, bro. They won by like 40.
Dude, question. Do you think WWE merch takes too long to get to you?
Yeah, it always happens when you buy the new stuff. If you buy something that just comes out, it's like it takes way too long. I remember I learned that from the LA Knight craze in 2023, going into Money in the Bank. I'm like,
the yellow shirt.
Yeah, I want my LA Knight shirt for Money in the Bank. Didn't arrive for like 3 months. It's stupid. And by then it's just like, oh, this guy sucks. He ain't winning shit. Dude, I mean, at least I waited and got my thing, but we're still, waiting for those, what's the saying? Good things come to those that wait. Yeah, we ain't getting anything good here, brother. How would you feel? Like, okay, who would you prefer to win King of the Ring? Austin Theory or LA Knight? Austin Theory, great. Let's move on here. What? Oh, I think we're pretty much done the show. I'm realizing. NXT struggles. We have talked.
Did you know that Shroud's in the 007?
Like the game? Like the streamer?
Yes.
What's he doing there?
I don't know. I just came across a clip. He's like, "Look who I found in its Shroud."
That's funny.
Talking to James Bond. There's so many people that is in the game.
I saw Khaby Lame is in that. Yeah.
Someone
sold
says
his likeness for $1 billion. Anybody
How
want
much
to
would
buy
you
my
spend?
likeness? It won't
You
cost
will.
you that much. I promise. Would you sell
I
your...
told-
Okay, what is your dollar amount that you would sell your likeness so that companies can do whatever they want with it? Like, realistic number.
Has
Would
to
you...
be generational money.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll do it for 5 million. Like, genuinely. I think 5 million. Because I'm young enough where that can become generational wealth in the market.
but then you're gonna be outcast.
That's fine. 5
Wow.
mil, I'm good. I'm out.
I was gonna take 9 figures. You know what I mean?
Wow, really? You think you're worth 9 figures? Nah, you're not. You're not. I'm sorry. Yeah, 5 milli, you can buy my likeness, guys. You guys let me know.
How
I'm
much
up for sale.
Okay. How much I'm worth then? Tell me right now.
I mean, yeah, I think you're probably worth like you got motion, you got legacy. I think you could probably pull a solid $3 million deal here.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I think 3 mil.
Okay, you're being kind to me, but thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember, like, they can make you do anything. So, like, you gotta ask for some good money here.
I'll just Homelander it and be like, it's AI.
It's AI amateur. Have you seen the end of The Boys?
I have seen the end of The Boys.
Yeah.
I have seen the end of The Boys.
Eh.
You seem. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's
What is
pretty
it? What is it? Game of Thrones, The Boys, Stranger Things?
it's not as bad as Game of Thrones. Nowhere near as bad. It's not horrible. That's the thing. Like, we're not talking Game of Thrones or Dexter level bad in terms of an ending. I think just more than anything, it's the whole season was just like underwhelming. It's like, man, I would have figured there'd be a far bigger, like, large scale fight with this being the final season and so many superheroes like that could be potentially killed off, but like, no, it wasn't. Even like the ending fight was not this like large scale thing. Yeah, I just feel like, the show peaked and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. But it's not Game of Thrones level bad. Nothing will be Game of Thrones level bad.
Concerned for Avengers Doomsday?
No, because the Russo brothers are back and I think they care. I think they care about their image, their legacy, and they care about what people think about their previous work and don't want their future work to damage their previous work. So I actually have a tremendous amount of hope because it's the Russo brothers. Does that make sense?
Do you think Triple H cares?
Yeah, I do think he cares. I do think he cares about what people think about the product, but he is handcuffed because he is no longer, the son-in-law of the guy that runs the whole ship. He is now just a cog in the machine, but I am willing to bet Triple H cares. He just can't do anything about it.
I kind of want to look at the narrative that everyone's like, well, put Undertaker in, but I like it's going to be the same
thing, bro. It's the same problem. It's the overarching machine that makes the decisions that trumps Triple H, that trumps AAA, that trumps Undertaker.
Do you think that Shawn Michaels is under the magnifying glass because of NXT? And I know it's not his fault.
Yeah. I mean,
but he was.
The NXT's struggling, man. I'm having a hard time getting into it. I know a lot of people are having a hard time getting into it. And, like, it really is not anybody's fault. Like, when you take away that much talent, that many recognizable names that quickly, like, imagine you're watching Friends and all of a sudden, all the entire... Yeah, no, I'm talking like more than just Joey. I'm talking like 4 of the 6 friends are just entirely new people. You got Michaela, Jeremy, Sean, and Melissa. It's not the same. Well, I don't know. I got invested in Phoebe. I got invested in Rachel and Monica. Like,
I want to know who Melissa is.
It's going to take a long time to get into it.
Tell me more about Melissa. I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, she's a crackhead.
Still interested.
No one told your life was gonna be this. Would you ever time the time the clap?
Yeah. Ready?
Oh, damn it! No, we missed it.
All right, you go. I'm gonna catch it. Ready?
So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Oh, I had to jump. I had to jump 2 seconds ahead. I think I almost timed it.
Yeah, you almost had it. You almost had it. Anyways, next time. Let's wrap up the show.
All right, folks. If you're don't leave.
They left during the AEW conversation.
I was like 5 minutes in. It's hard to have intellectual conversations when you just want to talk about AEW. I really thought because like for the wrestling is cool, yeah. Why is not be WWE is cool? Like what I want to cover Double or Nothing, I do, but it's like one, it's a long show to cover. It's like a 5-hour show. I can't imagine how long that review would be. It'd be like an hour just to cover everything that they do. But it's like we at Match Club, we introduce all shows, but it's interesting that Match Club doesn't get that like, I don't want to watch this. Everyone's down to clown when it comes to Match Club. That's what I like about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to YouTube and podcasts, ew. That's what I like about our Patreon. You should come by. New Heat Order, shout out to Arbach, is a kind of a thing that we do here that we keep tabs. We have someone in a community named Goose Legner who goes ahead and keeps a tally of it. And you know who's our number one New Heat Order?
Is it still Cena?
Nope. Cena is long gone. It is Oba Femi is the new number one Match Club. We didn't talk much about Logan Paul.
We talked about the
6 months, 7 months at least.
Oh, yikes. That's tough.
Has to be, right? Torn tricep, right?
So I'm assuming I mean, at this stage, when you look at the shows that are left in the year, I can imagine him being like, we'll wait till the Rumble.
You know what's interesting about Logan is like, yeah, he's out and he's still going to get paid, but he could make money off said injury. That vlog that he's going to post about this injury is going to bang. For sure.
Absolutely.
Bummer though,
Big
for
bummer.
reals. It's interesting because he was just turning the corner, in my opinion.
Mr. Khan, what that ass do?
Number one, Austin Theory.
Fuck off. What? No.
Fuck
No. Absolutely not.
Give me Theory at 4 at least.
All right, I'll give you Theory at 4. Number 1 is crazy that you even suggested that. This is why your likeness is only 3 million.
That's why you got to start the bidding. Number 1, who's number 1 in your new Heat order? The buzz, the excitement that we want to see. Is it Rhea Ripley? Is it Jade?
I mean, those are some good ones to have on the list.
Is it
Penta
Roman?
is fantastic. I mean, Penta's back-to-back amazing matches.
Let's go Penta.
Okay.
Saturday's main event. I'm down to put Penta. I like what they're doing with Ethan Page by pairing him with Rusev as like an odd couple, like buddy cop.
Yeah, he's like gaslighting Rusev and turning him into like his human weapon.
Yeah, look, take that. Someone's like, get a dry erase board with my Patreon. I'm like, no. Number 2, after Penta. Cody Rhodes. You know what? Can I put Sami Zayn? We didn't talk about Sami Zayn here, but I like the things that Sami Zayn is doing. Okay. People are not paying attention to the story that Sami Zayn is telling. That one opportunity he had to save Cody Rhodes, he did it because he said, why would a friend want to fight me? Why would Cody fight me? I've done nothing wrong. Why does he want to fight me? And for my ride or diers, I think I want Sami here because
I'll give you Sami.
He turned his back on Cody while he was getting choked out by Gunther. And Sami and Gunther go way back. So for him to do that against his mortal enemy was kind of sick. But people were going to just write off, I don't like what Sami's doing. He's boring to watch. Like, he's actually doing the most storytelling out of everybody.
This is the most entertaining he's been.
Okay, Sami Zayn. Most entertaining without Kevin Owens.
Sure.
Number 3, any love for Americanos? I think we didn't talk about, because it happened late, like right after on Thursday, about Kaiser allegedly having those issues, and then Grande Americano being so affected by it, he had to cancel his appearance.
That's crazy. They must have a strong bond.
Yeah.
They must be inseparable, actually.
I mean, they didn't touch it really this Monday night, which I didn't mind, because it was all done on AAA. But what do you think about that? Are you feeling the buzz for them? I still think I want to see that, of course, if they're not even on TV.
Yeah. I mean, that's my WrestleMania main event, brother.
Do you want to put it at number 10?
Sure, yeah. I saw right ahead of Danhausen at number 3. Heck, maybe Danhausen might be higher with the Knicks. and
No,
everything
no,
going on there.
no. Danhausen's at 11 still.
You're just afraid that he's
3.
gonna curse
I'm afraid.
your Victor Wembanyama.
Number 3, Rey Mysterio.
What about Javon?
Javan.
The conversation about him potentially be, turning heel after that match.
Okay, I'll put Javan.
But Yvonne?
Yvonne, what about 5 Rey Mysterio then?
Sure. Throw in Ray, new general manager. A weird
Look great.
list this week.
You look great. Yeah, because did you enjoy Roman and Jacob?
Like I mean, we talked about this. We thought how
mutual.
Yeah, we talked about it heavily in the Clash prediction. So definitely go check that out. I hated that Jacob said that I'll still have a job even if I lose. It just completely damaged the stakes of the match.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I think I'm still pumped for that match.
Would you put Rhea or Jade here?
I'd put both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rhea and Jade at 6. So we have 7, 8, 9 available.
I think
Ricky Mello.
Maybe here. I mean, it's not the greatest buzz, but there was a lot of talk about Blake Monroe and just kind of the question mark of what the hell are they doing with Blake?
She had over 2 million on socials.
Yeah, the conversation, there was a lot of conversation. It's not for the best reasons, but there is a lot of conversation, a lot of buzz surrounding Blake Monroe's debut.
I'll put her at 9.
Okay.
7 and 8 available. Any love for Sol Ruca, Becky Lynch?
What about Tez?
Yeah.
Or just Profits. 7. Profits in general.
Yeah, I'll put them there.
And then Seth. He finally found the friend.
Even though he has a bunch of them.
Yeah.
We are the League of Shadows.
The League of Shadows.
Here's your new Heat order. At number 11, Danhausen. Number 10, The Americanos. Number 9, Blake Monroe. Number 8, Seth Rollins. Number 7, Street Profits. Number 6, Rhea and Jade. Number 5, Rey Mysterio. Number 4, Austin Theory. Number 3, Javon. Number 2, Sami Zayn. Number 1, Penta. Isn't it interesting that Lyra and Bailey got a much needed win? And you think how long that win's going to, momentum wise? Not long, I know that they could go far in the Queen of the Ring. And maybe they might end up fighting each other. I think that's the play, in my opinion. Just to spice it up, have them go up against each other. Because they're not going to meet in the finals. That's for sure.
No, especially if the final is a Raw versus SmackDown, right?
Yep. I noticed people were going to be saying, I didn't put LA Knight here.
Good.
Go ahead and say it.
Because he should be on there.
There's nothing until Money in the Bank. You understand?
Yep. Okay. Folks, thank you guys very much for watching and listening to this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. Before you complain, it's under 2 hours. First and foremost, there's a 45-minute bonus episode, okay? So suck on these nuts, all right?
Whoa.
These nuts. But don't actually. We love you. Thank you for your support. Anyways, an extra special thank you goes out to our $15 patrons. They are the producers of the show. So thank you goes out to Pinche Ads Go Away and Never Come Back. First Sancho creamed in my throat. Toasty 4 times. Toasty, Ayo Salguero. Dude, I hate that was one of the first ones. Acknowledge the pressure. Active D4C, Aiko, Abreem Zuda, Alex Regal, Alex, Alfie the Chosen One, Amalek, American Nightmare, Cody Lander, and that's the last bite. Tyler, Andy Valdez, Anthony Blaze, Antony, Erics, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Arturo Gonzalez, Ashley, Backlash, Ozzy Kingslayer, Alwyn Dargan, Abada Wepa, Baldy, B Hostile, Big Cat, Big Mex, Blenda, Bluefish, Brad Davis, Braden Primo, Braden Scott, Brandon Barger, Brandon Diamond, Brody Cyphers, Bubba Moore, Bubba the Big Fella, Bunny Swag, Cameron Warren, Cameron Talks WWE, Carlito, CB, Chad, Chance Painter, Chandler Swinford, Chris Butner, Lucas, Chris Kyle, Christian Anderson, Chucky Gonzalez, Clayton Wolford, Colby Mayo, Cool Whip Tim, Corey Lyles, Crispy, Daily Vlogger, Daily, I'm just going to call you Daily Vlogger. Your name is too confusing. Damian Martinez, Damn Schubert, Darth Squiggles, Death Taxes, and Weekly LA Night Botches, Derek Barnhart, Devin Newsom, D. Lopez, Dominic DeCoco, Drake Hughley, Dylan, Eagle Steve, Eddie Leahy, Egg Toast, El Juan de Americano, El Yoshi, Eli Drake is All Elite, Eli Parker, Erdem Yasichi, Eric Schrader, Eric Ruiz Romero, A. Brock got milk. Isatch, I'm straight Oben, my Femi right now. Fletcher Walpole, FMFCMA, Foster JK, Freddie Trejo, Freelance Hot Takes, Frenzy Wrestling, Freezer, Fugnux, Gavin talks about, Gibby the Pressure Fresher, Gilbert Deans, Gingerbread Man, got everyone copyrighted, Glass Eater, Godspeed, Goonhausen, Goose Legnar, Danhausen wasn't on NNHO 4 weeks ago. GXA Man, Harrison is better, Heath Robertson, Henry Vopel. Hey, my name is Sancho, and I think Oba's a bitch. Hey, Shakes, Ian Keltz, Ilya Dragunut, iMagic. Issa says Double or Nothing was better than WWE's entire decade. It's gonna be gay community line rules. It's Mista, it's Astro Kid, Jack Gibley, Jack Harris, Jack Mueller, Jacob Staffel, Jay Norton, James Arman, Jassiu, Jason Flint, Javier Rodriguez, Javion McDuffie, JC Worley, Jeremiah Alston, Jeremiah Finley, Jeremiah Kelly, Jahihi Ahihi, Joe Benitez, Joe Exotic, Joe Laterra, Joe Velez, Joey Romig, Jonathan Cox, Johnny Owens, Jordan, Jordi Marte, Jose Olivares, Joseph Samper, Josue Navarro, Juan Lamelli, Juan Vega, Julian Asarfi, Julian Wainwright, Justin Brooks, Justin Herbert is the Chargers' sunken cost fallacy, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, Kevin Bega, Kevin Clark, Kilo, Cody Barker, Christopher Gutierrez, Kyle Hart, Lawrence Richard, Liam, Life of Brian, Lil Shifu, Look, It's Pac-Man, Wepa, Luis Jimenez, Luisito El Calvo, Luke Star Gaming 636, Madison Moody, Majed, Manny Venegas, Mark, Marnie YCSM, Martis Taylor, Mason, Matthew Oberg, Moxie, Mackay, Micah Davis, Michael Murname, Michael III, Miguel Paredes, Minoru Suzuki is goated, Mohammed Albanai, more WSC matches for Patreon, please. Nate Finley, Nemo, N Freezy, Nicholas Protopapas, Nicholas Kyle, Nicholas M. Daskevich, NyQuil Pad, Noah, Oba1, Fenobis, Throtusi, Odin Sword, official founding member of Club WWE, Old Man Rican, Oliver Hammonds, Oscar M's, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Pat R, Pat McMark, Poopy McPoopy Poop, Frody, Prince Vegeta, Puppets Banker Johnson, Raiders for Life, randomly chosen, Rangadog, Rainier Neko, Reaper God, Red Hot Wepa Peppers, Ricky Dutcher, Rose City Savage, Roy Alexander, Ryan Halberg, Ryan Muniz, Ryan Spradley, Sadie Brink, Salty Dad, Sancho calls Danhausen, Danhausig at 6:30. Sancho does $20 Patreon, Tongan dick grip content. Sancho doesn't like donating to charities. Sancho explores Santi's body. Sancho is poopy buttface. Sancho said Oba fell for Ligma.
By the way, shout out to my boy Ruben at McDonald's. I saw him again over the weekend.
Did you donate?
Gave him no, they didn't ask me this time around.
Sure,
but I remembered him. I remember I was going with my wife and my kids, and I was like, I bet you Ruben's here. And I recognized his voice. I was like, it's Ruben. And it was cool, man. He's cool.
Shout out to Ruben.
Shout out to Ruben.
Where were we? Sancho said Oba will fall from grace. Sancho thinks Oba has a bodacious booty. Sancho would be the top if you two were tag teaming. Jesus. Sancho is baddie with a fatty. Sancho said Oba's favorite Game of Thrones character is Joffrey. Sancho's the cause of world hunger. Sancho's Throtusi. Santi loves Bronson's meat. Santi West and Sancho Zap in an alternate universe. Sauce God, Sadi Rig Bug, Savage Field, Scott Rico Gaming, Shane, Sean, Sheldon Hickman, Sir Goonzalad, Skylar Brashear, Slayer, Smag, Slay True, Sugar Shane, Super Malachi Galaxy, the May community. The Patriots own the Chargers, the Vanilla Joe Rilla, the LA Knight Mega Glazer, Jacob Kufis, the Final Boss, Bloodline Rules, Tom Dodd, Tongan Death Grip on your Wepa, Tongan Dick Grip match, Tozawa versus Oba at Mania, Booker TKO, Trevor Harder, Tristan Repko, Turner Dahl, Tycho, Tyler Bouchard, Tyler Brandt, Tyler Logan, Tyler McGarry, Unknown Zero, Utah Beach, Venom D. Tyler, Verdzo, Voidsy, Juan Pablo, Wayne Heiser, Wayne082, White Mexican, Why Does Sancho Play Elevator Music in WM Review, William Newton. What is he talking about, playing elevator music in WM Review?
Play lo-fi music during my reviews on YouTube.
Oh, what is WM Review? Like is it
WrestleMania?
Is that your WrestleMania? Okay. Reese Ting is cool. Cero Miedo. Okay. Zach Zmira, Yo Girl Side, York V2, your 2026 Money in the Bank winner, Dirty Dom, Zach Griffin,
Stop it. Ban
Zach
that person.
Holdwick, Zach Butcher, and Zay2K. Thank you guys very much for supporting the Wrestling is Cool podcast at the $15 tier. You guys take care. Actually, Sancho, do you want to talk for another minute, and then that way we can trick people into clicking a 2-hour podcast? Because the recording is at an hour and 58 minutes and 59 seconds, so we just got to kill like 60 more seconds.
I want to give you an update on poor Arbok. We posted our reactions early, our predictions early on Patreon. Arbok says, Arbok. Someone replies, a trainer uses Pokeball on Arbok. And no one replied, dodge. Someone replied, Arbok, I want you at Clash in Italy. It's going to be Bloodline rules. The poor little Arbok, dude.
Dude, Arbok is just living his life. And
he's just the dude. And then someone wants to go like, they want to Wepa Arbok. Like, what did he do?
Yeah, this is messed up, guys. What is wrong with you guys? The thing you guys latch onto is crazy to me.
I think someone pointed out that Solo said Wepa right before he thumbed Damien.
I didn't notice that. That's awesome.
Oh, hey, thoughts? What's gonna happen with Damien?
Who cares?
Damn.
Goodbye, everybody.
Damn.
One more second there.